So a while back well, not even a while back actually, pretty recently, I had a comment tell me that I should do more ranking style videos, like ranking all the movies, ranking all the stuff including the series as well, stuff like that. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I've recently rewatched the Clone Wars, so I'm going to be ranking all 7 seasons of the Clone Wars, from least enjoyable to most enjoyable, or worst to best, in other words, in my opinion. So yeah, let's get on with it. So, like I said, this is only my opinion. Please do comment your order of ranking and be respectful to everyone else who comments theirs, because, like I said, it's just an opinion and we can't help which things we enjoy and which we don't. But with that being said, for me, the worst season of the Clone Wars, it's very close to not being the worst. I do enjoy all of them, but it is going to be season 1.
You're so predictable.
Now, season 1 consists of Yoda and Ventress on with the Toydarian King. Then it goes on to the Malevolence, then like the Rookies, or the Shinies, should we say, on the Outpost. Then we have the Goldie arc, Bombad Jedi, Ahsoka and Luminara versus Ventress protecting Newt Gunray as a prisoner. Then the Kit Fisto versus Grievous episode. Then Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Dooku being captured by Hondo. Then there's Anakin, Aayla Secura, and Ahsoka on that weird planet where Anakin is injured. Then there's some random snowy planet episode with some creatures. Then a traitor episode where the clone sells out the Clone Army to Ventress, the Blue Shadow Virus arc, Ryloth with Windu and Cham Syndulla, and then lastly, Cad Bane versus the Senate. Now, I've listed off there quite a few things I do actually really enjoy, such as Yoda with the King of Toydaria, the Malevolence, the Rookies arc, Fisto versus Grievous, the Ryloth stuff with Windu and Cham Syndulla, and the Captured by Hondo arc. But as much as I do enjoy them, none of them are anywhere near my favourite arcs or episodes in the whole of the Clone Wars, and there is a few episodes that just aren't very good. So that is why it ranks last for me, which is understandable because it is kind of like the intro season to the Clone Wars. But yeah, like I said, it is very close to not being last. But up next, second worst for me, is actually season 2.
You're so predictable.
Now, I promise it's not just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But season 2 is my least favourite other than season 1. I said they were very close. Season 2 starts off with Holocron Heist, which is very, very good in my opinion. Then some Clovis stuff, which is, it's okay. Then the Droid Factory arc with Barriss and Ahsoka, followed by the Geonosian Queen, and then that brain infecting worm, which is a pretty decent arc, quite a long one as well. Then there's the episode of Eithkoff getting captured by Grievous, it's average. Then Cutler Quain, pretty good episode. Then Lightsaber Lost, which is a decent arc, nothing special though. The Rise of Death Watch, which I've called it here in my notes. I really like Death Watch, so that is a pretty good arc in my opinion. Then it goes on to some murder in the Senate, which is not very good. I'm not a fan of the Senate episodes, to be honest. Then we get introduced to Trench, which is a pretty good episode. Then the Bounty Hunters versus Hondo, obviously Anakin, Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are in that as well. And then it finishes off with the Zillo Beast arc and Boba's attempted assassination on Windu. This ranks above because Boba's Revenge, as I've called it, is one of my favourite arcs, so that carries it quite highly. Holocron Heist is also very, very good. Those two are better than anything in Season 1, in my opinion. And then we also have some pretty decent stuff about the Death Watch, and generally the bad episodes in season 2 aren't as bad as the ones in season 1, in my opinion, so that is why it ranks above it. But third is going to be season 6. Now, it is at a significant disadvantage because it has less episodes, and I do think if just they had more episodes to make up 22 in total of just average level of season 6 stuff, this would rank higher. but it doesn't, so it's here. Now, Season 6 starts off with Fives' Discovery, which is one of my favourite arcs in the Clone Wars, hence why it does still rank above Season 1 and 2, despite being less episodes. Then it goes on to the Banking Clan stuff, which, out of all the politics arcs, this is one of the best ones, to be honest. Then it goes to Mace Windu and Jar Jar, and like Jar Jar's girlfriend and the disappearing people. And in terms of Jar Jar Binks episodes, like, they were pretty good. I'm pretty sure it was only one, but it was a pretty good episode. And then it goes on to like the Pike stuff about Cypher Diaz and his like the person that went with him on his mission when Cypher Diaz died but ended up surviving, and he was kept prisoner by the Pikes. And then there's Dooku versus Anakin and Obi-Wan in that episode, pretty good. And then it finishes off with the arc of Yoda's journey. So, like I said, if there was just more episodes on like an average level of the stuff in Season 6, it would definitely rank higher, because everything in Season 6 is pretty good, but there's simply just not enough of it for me to rank it any higher. But like I said, I do enjoy every season of the Clone Wars, so even the ones that rank a bit lower are still very good. Now, moving on from this, very close to Season 6 in my opinion, is Season 7, and I would actually be tempted to swap them, but I'm going to keep it how it is. Season 7 starts off with the Bad Batch, which I do really enjoy. Then it goes to the Martez Sisters arc, which I don't like, but I do think it is a little bit overhated. However, like I said, I still don't like it. Then it moves to the Siege of Mandalore, which is obviously fantastic, and Order 66, which is great as well. Now, I would say that the Siege of Mandalore and Order 66 do carry it above Season 6 because of how good Season 6 overall actually is. I'd say like the mid chunk of Season 7 isn't great, being the Martez Sister arc, because it's a pretty long arc, but I would still say Season 7 over Season 6 only just, and it is mainly because of the ending of Season 7. Now we're getting to some of my favourites here. The third best is going to be Season 5. Now this has the most Darth Maul, and he's my favourite character, so this is probably why it starts here, or why it's placed here. It starts with an episode of Maul and Savage versus Obi-Wan and Adi Garlia, great episode. Then there's an Onderon arc, which I really am not a fan of. Then it goes to The Gathering, which is okay. Then Droid Squad, which is not very good in my opinion. But then, like Season 7, it gets carried by the end of it, and it is Maul and Death Watch like taking over Mandalore, and Maul kills Satine, and Obi-Wan's heavily involved, and Maul kills Pre Vizsla, and everything like that. And I also believe that Maul versus Palpatine, and obviously Savage dying, is in this as well. So a lot of great fights in this, a lot of Maul, and just a fantastic ending of a season in my opinion. Now, I would say that Season 5 and Season 7 overall average episode quality is worse than Season 6, but the good ones are so good that I just like prefer the season to Season 6, because I can still like skip over, say, like the Droid Squad arc and the Martez Sister arc, not really miss out on any information, and thoroughly enjoy the season still, despite it not being as many episodes. Once you've skipped the few episodes, it's not as many, is what I mean. Now, my second favourite one is going to be Season 3. It starts off with the Clone Cadets episode, which is incredible. Then Defending Camino, which again is an incredible episode in my opinion. Then there's an episode about Jar Jar Binks and Bail Organa. Again, for a Jar Jar episode, it's not bad. Then there's something about like the Pantora girl getting kidnapped by I think it was Greedo. I don't know, I skipped over it because I remember I didn't enjoy that episode. So yeah, wasn't a fan. Then it goes on to like the poison in the Mandalorian drinks, pretty decent episode. Then Ahsoka teaching like Corky and stuff like that. Average episode, to be honest. But then it goes to Aura Singh's assassination attempt on Padme. Again, pretty average. Bane kidnapping R2 and 3PO to get the plans for the Senate building. Again, pretty average. The Hunt for Zero the Hutt, though, introducing us to Quinlan Vos, was a pretty good episode. Obviously, Bane and Obi-Wan were in that as well, so pretty decent. Then there's an episode of like some politics with Padme, which isn't very good. So, How does this rank so highly if most of the season is average? Well, again, it finishes incredibly strong. It goes to Dooku betraying Ventress and the making of Savage Opress. Then it goes to Mortis, the Citadel, and Padawan Lost. So some of the best arcs in the Clone Wars are in the end of Season 3. So that is why it places so highly. Again, it just seems like they get carried at the end. The start and the middle of the seasons are like okay, but the end is just so much better in basically all of the seasons of the Clone Wars. Apart from Season 6, I think the start of Season 6 was probably the best with Five's Discovery. Now, if you know how numbers work and you've realised that I've said every number but 4, that means that Season 4 is placing first. Now, if you asked me before this rewatch, it probably wouldn't be here because I didn't enjoy the Battle of Mon Cala when I first watched it, but this time I did really enjoy it. I don't know why, but I did. Then it goes to the Gungans versus General Grievous. Again, I really enjoyed this episode. Then it's R2-D2 and C-3PO doing like some weird mission where they fall underground on this planet, which is pretty average in my opinion. Then there's Umbara and Zygeria, which are two of my favourite arcs, and they're in the middle of the season, not the end. And then it goes to some more Death Watch stuff with Ahsoka and Lux Bonteri, which is a pretty average episode. Then another one of my favourite arcs, Deception. Then another one of my favourite individual episodes is the Battle of Dathomir, followed by Ventress as a bounty hunter, which is again really good. And then there is Savage like finding Maul, which is another one of my favourite arcs. So this one probably has the most amount of my favourite arcs and even individual episodes than any other season, so it kind of makes sense why it places so highly. But yes, that is first place for me. So my ranking goes 1, 2, 6, 7, 5, 3, 4. And the only ones I would say are certain to be placed where they are or near around would be 1 and 2 being last and second last. The rest of them I could genuinely switch around fully. Other than Season 5, definitely wouldn't go any higher than it is. It would maybe go lower. But it definitely wouldn't go higher because of how much in Season 5 I genuinely don't like. And the other ones is just like average stuff filled with really good stuff. It's just the really good stuff in 5 is really good, so it carries it to like third place for me. But anyway, that is my Clone Wars ranking. Please do let me know what yours is, like I said. Be respectful, like I said. And yeah, I guess that's all. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I'm tempted to do another one like this where I rank all Clone Wars seasons plus all Rebel seasons, so the 4 of them, and the 2 Mandalorian seasons, to see what my like favorite season of anything in all of Star Wars is, and like where everything ranks. So let me know if you'd want to see that. I definitely want to do that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for 7.9k subs. Please can we get to 8k? When should we say? By tomorrow? Is that doable? I think we're pretty close anyway. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.